Following 45 minutes of unsuccessful play at a Buffalo slot machine, one gambler finally gave up and left empty-handed. Immediately afterward, a different individual took their seat, completed just 4 spins, activated a bonus round, and walked away with $623. This outcome is not coincidental. It stems from a technique former casino personnel have secretly employed for ages. Consequently, casinos are now instructing their staff to spot patrons utilizing this approach. Before this presentation concludes, you will be fully familiar with the precise 3 to 5 spin strategy that distinguishes skillful bettors from aimless slot players. You will grasp its operational logic, the optimal machine types for its use, and the crucial timing component separating a winning session from a losing one. Crucially, you will acquire the self-control that the vast majority of players fail to develop, the exact self-control that management hopes you neglect. We must cover this preliminary detail before proceeding. When sitting down at a slot, do you predetermine the number of rounds you will attempt? Or do you continue spinning until your budget is depleted? Be truthful in your response below, as the information you are about to receive requires a specific mindset to be effective. Consider an incident from 3 weeks prior at the Aria establishment. Robert, a long-standing patron for 5 years, frequently lost about $400 weekly, consistently playing the identical Lightning Link setups in the same specific location. His pattern was predictable. Sit down, gamble for several hours, and depart impoverished. However, 6 months ago, things shifted. Robert implemented a new tactic, and now he is consistently profitable. The casino administration has taken note. They even physically relocated several preferred machines in his usual area, spacing them out to obstruct his strategy. Yet, Robert adjusted his tactics and remains successful. His secret? He employs the 3 to 5 spin technique with extreme accuracy. But before detailing the exact mechanics of this method, you must first grasp the internal workings of these gaming devices. Lacking this fundamental knowledge, you risk attempting the technique, experiencing failure, and misattributing the fault to the system, when the true issue lies in your implementation. All casino slot apparatuses utilize an RNG, or random number generator. This microchip, no larger than a fingernail, produces thousands of random figures continuously, every second, not just per attempt, but constantly. Even when the machine sits unused, the RNG cycles through countless numerical arrangements. The moment the spin button is activated, the RNG instantaneously halts on the current sequence. This sequence dictates your result instantly. The rotating visuals, the dramatic soundtracks, the tantalizing near misses, these are simply cosmetic effects. Your win or loss is predetermined the instant you initiated the play. Casino operators typically keep this information confidential. Although individual plays are randomized and distinct, slot devices incorporate specific volatility configurations. Highly volatile setups are engineered to endure lengthy periods of low returns, followed by infrequent, massive jackpots. Lower volatility setups dispense smaller prizes more often. This is the crucial takeaway. These configurations generate discernible temporary patterns that informed players can detect and capitalize on. Consider this perspective. While a machine might guarantee a 92% return over countless spins during a brief interaction of 100 or 200 plays, the actual payout could range from 70% to 110%. The statistics eventually equalize, but momentarily, machines cycle between periods of activity and inactivity. This is not because they are due or possess memory of past outcomes, but because random probability naturally forms groupings of success and failure. This fundamental statistical concept underpins the 3 to 5 spin approach. Slot repair professionals who have serviced these devices for decades disclose something noteworthy. A machine that has been continuously used for 30 or 40 minutes with minimal returns is likely situated within a cold cluster. Although a guaranteed shift to a hot cluster is impossible, the likelihood of such a change increases with elapsed time, as the machine's software must ultimately fulfill its programmed return-to-player (RTP) goal across extensive gameplay. This necessitates methodical examination. The 3 to 5 spin technique aims to spot machines moving from a dormant state to an active one, minimizing the monetary exposure on devices that remain inactive. Here is the detailed process. An absolute adherence is necessary, as skipping a single phase will undermine your outcome. Phase 1 is reconnaissance, and this is where the majority of gamblers falter from the outset. You cannot apply this strategy by merely entering the building and randomly sampling devices. You must gather intelligence. Upon entering the venue, resist the urge to immediately play. Dedicate 15 to 20 minutes to circulating the entire slot area. You are seeking distinct situations. Patrons who have occupied a single machine for a significant duration, a minimum of 20 to 30 minutes, and exhibit visible agitation. Their demeanor will be clear. Deep sighs, continuous phone checking, forceful button mashing, and poor sitting position. These individuals have endured a prolonged cold streak. Additionally, observe machines recently vacated in busy zones. If a slot near a central path or popular spot is empty, there is a reason. Either a large payout just occurred, a void, or a player grew discouraged and quit. A potential asset. How do you differentiate? Through watchful attention. If you saw the prior player celebrating upon exit, bypass that unit. If they departed silently or displayed annoyance, that machine becomes a high-priority test subject. Robert employs a sophisticated scouting tactic. He settles at a video poker station or a low-denomination slot, where he retains sight of several potential targets concurrently. He engages in slow, casual play, dedicating minimal attention to his own screen while continuously monitoring 3 or 4 neighboring machines. He charts how long occupants stay, if they activate any bonus rounds, and how they express their emotions. When a player leaves a machine following an unmistakably disappointing session, Robert registers that machine as the first candidate on his testing roster. Phase 2 involves choosing the apparatus, and its significance is often underestimated. The 3 to 5 spin approach yields optimal results on particular slot types. Seek out high-volatility games that include distinct bonus rounds. Examples include Dragon Link, Lightning Link, Buffalo, Locket Link, 88 Fortunes, and most progressive offerings from Aristocrat or IGT. These units are engineered for lengthy dormant stretches between features, making their cold periods more distinct and simpler to detect via observation. The strategy is ineffective on low-volatility games, such as Quick Hit, traditional 3-reel slots, or video poker, as these are built for consistent, measured payouts. 5 test spins on them do not produce relevant data. Furthermore, avoid minimum coin penny slots where you wager over 50 or 100 lines. The statistical fluctuation is too mild. You require machines where a solitary successful outcome carries substantial monetary weight. The third phase is the trial itself, a stage where self-control is paramount. You walk up to the designated machine, the one you witnessed someone leave after a disappointing session, take your seat, deposit funds, and fix your wager amount. This step is essential. Never bet the lowest amount. Your stake must be high enough to fully enable the machine's functionalities and ensure that a positive outcome is meaningful. If the allowable range is $0.50 to $5 and your preferred comfort level is $2, then wager $2. Do not attempt to economize by placing $0.50 bets during this assessment. You are acquiring intelligence, and incomplete information is useless. Now execute precisely 5 spins, neither 3 nor 7, but 5. While some seasoned gamblers endorse a 3-spin assessment, which can be effective, 5 spins provide a richer snapshot of the machine's current condition. Throughout these 5 attempts, monitor all feedback. Are minor wins occurring? Are bonus symbols frequently landing near paylines? Near misses? Are you encountering completely unproductive spins with 0 return? The sequence of results is vital. This is the outcome analysis. If a bonus feature activates during these 5 spins, you have achieved the ultimate informational prize. The machine is responsive, Proceed with a rigidly defined strategy. A line win exceeding 10 times your wager is a powerful indication. The machine is giving. Continue playing. Securing 2 or 3 modest payouts, yielding 2 to 5 times your wager, suggests a moderate level of activity. The machine is displaying viability. You may proceed, but remain cautious. However, the crucial moment of decision is this. If all 5 spins generate 0 return, or if you only recoup your bet once or twice without any significant successes, you must immediately rise and depart. Zero compromise, no 6th spin, no just one more. If wagering $2 per spin, you have spent $10 to confirm that the machine remains dormant. That $10 provided priceless knowledge, preventing you from squandering $100 or $200 battling continuous, unproductive spins. This single error accounts for the failure of 95% of gamblers. They conduct the 5-spin trial, observe no results, and then rationalize that the 6th attempt might be profitable. They convince themselves, "I've already invested $10. I cannot leave now." This mental trap is known as the sunk cost fallacy, and it perfectly aligns with the casino's desires. That $10 is permanently lost, regardless of your next action. Leaving does not make it a waste. The true waste is remaining seated and losing another $90. Consider Rachel, a player who grasped this principle only after incurring significant financial loss. After hearing about the 3 to 5 spin rule from an acquaintance, Rachel decided to implement it. She visited her local establishment, scouted, found a recently vacated Dragon Link machine, and sat down. Her 5-spin test, at $2.50 per attempt, yielded nothing, a total deficit of $12.50. However, Rachel lacked the resolve to leave. She reasoned, "The strategy suggests this unit should activate soon. Maybe I need a few more spins to be sure." She played 20 additional rounds, still achieving 0 success. Frustrated and $62.50 poorer, she felt obligated to continue due to her existing commitment. 40 minutes later, she had lost $240 on a machine that her initial test accurately flagged as dormant. The methodology was sound. Her compliance was not. That demonstrates the chasm between comprehending a strategy and successfully implementing it. Let us address the subsequent action when a device successfully passes the assessment. Imagine that on a $2 wager, spin 3 paid $28 and spin 4 paid $19. The machine is demonstrably active. What is the next move? You must institute a predefined strategy before proceeding. Instantly define 2 numerical boundaries, your profit target and your maximum loss threshold. Your profit target must be attainable. If you began with $100, perhaps your goal is $200, doubling your investment. If you reach $200, you immediately redeem your winnings, without exception. No mental gymnastics. No argument for just a couple more tries. You achieved your goal. Exit the session. Your loss limit holds equal importance. Perhaps you set it at 20% of your session capital. If your balance dips below $80 from the initial $100, you cash out and relocate. In this scenario, the machine misled you, showing activity during the trial but quickly turning inactive. This occurs. Accept the minor setback and proceed to the next prospect. Previous casino staff who diligently adhere to this approach all concur on one factor. This strategy's efficacy is not predicated upon discovering highly active machines. Rather, it focuses on sidestepping dormant ones and reducing financial jeopardy when your initial assessment is mistaken. If you evaluate 10 machines during an evening and 9 fail the 5-spin checkpoint, your total expenditure on testing might only be $100. That $100 investment, however, shielded you from potentially losing $500 or $1,000 battling continuous unproductive spins all night. And that single machine that passed the initial screening is where your true potential for profit resides. This is a granular depiction of a profitable evening employing this protocol. You arrive at the establishment at 7:30 p.m. On a Friday with $400, intending to place $2 wagers on any machine you decide to play seriously. You commence with a thorough 20-minute survey of the floor. During your circuit, you spot a woman on a locket link machine near the single high-limit area. She's been there at least 15 minutes based on her beverage, and she seems visibly displeased. You obtain a coffee and situate yourself at an adjacent machine to discreetly monitor her. For the next 10 minutes, she initiates no bonus features. Eventually, she cashes out and walks away, shaking her head. You pause for 2 minutes to confirm her permanent departure, then take her seat at the locket link unit. You feed $50 into the machine and set your stake at $2 per spin. Spin 1 yields nothing. Spin 2 results in a minor $4 win. Spin 3 is unproductive. Spin 4 lands 3 lock symbols, netting $31, 15 times your wager. Spin 5 results in stacked wilds, paying $26. 2 meaningful successes within 5 attempts. This machine is responsive. You adhere to your predefined limits, a profit target of $140 and a loss threshold of $40. Over the subsequent 30 minutes, you activate the Locket Link bonus once, resulting in a $127 payout. You also achieve numerous mid-range line hits, between $15 and $40. Your funds reach $168, exceeding your goal. You cash out instantly. Total duration at the machine, 35 minutes. Profit, $118. You relocate to another sector of the casino and locate a second potential target, a Buffalo unit near the main entrance, which you observed being abandoned during your initial survey. You sit down and perform a second 5-spin trial at $2 per attempt. Spin 1, 0. Spin 2, 0. Spin 3, a minor win of $6. Spin 4, 0. Spin 5, 0. Only one small return, less than 3 times your stake, out of 5 attempts. This machine is dormant. You immediately rise, having spent $10. No delay, no self-doubt. You advance to the next machine. Your third prospect is a Lightning Link Happy Lantern unit in a back corner. Another 5-spin evaluation is initiated. Spin 2 yields an excellent line win of $34. Spin 3 activates the Hold and Spin feature. You complete the feature and collect $89. The machine successfully passed the trial with exceptional performance. You continue wagering, using the same profit and loss boundaries. During the ensuing 45 minutes, you trigger one more hold and spin for $56, hit a few decent line wins, and your total climbs to $187. You cash out. The evening concludes with you having evaluated 3 machines, dedicating playing time to 2, and departing with $295 in overall profit. You spent roughly 2 hours in active play and an additional 30 minutes on observation. You enjoyed the experience, maintained rigorous self-control, and most crucially, you abandoned one machine that your test verified as unproductive before it depleted your funds. Contrast this systematic approach with the typical gambler's behavior. They enter, select the first visually appealing machine they encounter, and play until their capital is exhausted. No observation, no trials, no established strategy. They rely on sheer fortune instead of manufacturing advantageous situations. That contrast defines the successful player. We now move to the advanced iteration of this strategy, utilized by highly skilled players. Once proficient with the standard 5-spin assessment, you can begin analyzing the nature of the hits during the trial to anticipate the nature of the ensuing session. A machine that fails to pay for 3 attempts, but delivers substantial wins on spins 4 and 5 exhibits high volatility characteristics. Should you continue, anticipate extended periods without wins, compensated by larger payouts when they finally occur. Modify your wagering to suit this pattern, perhaps reducing your stakes slightly to conserve funds during the lean spells. Conversely, a machine that provides minor payouts on 3 out of 5 attempts displays low volatility behavior. While massive jackpots are unlikely, you will enjoy consistent action. This is ideal for an extended session focused on gradually accruing modest wins. You could potentially increase your bet slightly, given the regularity of returns. A device that delivers absolutely nothing across all 5 attempts is unequivocally signaling your departure. No further analysis is required. It is inactive. Exit the premises. Overcoming the emotional impulse to continue makes this the simplest choice you will ever face. Former pit managers have disclosed a crucial piece of information. Casino administrators monitor player actions through the loyalty card database. They are aware of patrons who frequently relocate, evaluate machines, and exit promptly. These individuals are systemically tagged not for illicit behavior, but because their play is strategic. Certain establishments have begun instructing their floor personnel to recognize these tactical players and extend incentives designed to keep them seated longer. These might include complimentary beverages, dining vouchers, or even cashback promotions. Why? Because the extended your tenure at any given machine, the more effectively the house advantage erodes your capital. If they can undermine your self-control with an offer for a complimentary meal, they succeed. Robert, the individual referenced earlier, was approached by a casino host 3 months ago. The host offered him enhanced club membership, complimentary lodging, and high-value rewards in exchange for longer playing sessions. Robert recognized the maneuver. The casino had categorized him as a clever player and was attempting to sabotage his strategy. He graciously refused the status upgrade and maintains his profitable methods to this day. I will now respond to the most frequent reservations gamblers have regarding this strategy. Reservation number 1. 5 attempts are insufficient to determine if a machine is active. This assertion is accurate. 5 spins represent a statistically minuscule sample size, but your objective is not to establish profitability. Your objective is to ascertain if the machine exhibits sufficient activity to warrant further exploration. 5 spins are ample for distinguishing a completely inactive device from one providing minor returns. That is the sole requirement. Reservation number 2. This strategy demands excessive tolerance and mobility. Indeed, it does. If your preference is to remain stationary, mentally disengage, and gamble like an automated slot player, this method is unsuitable for you. This approach is designed for those seeking to maximize wins and minimize losses, a goal that necessitates exertion. Most players are unwilling to invest this effort, which perfectly explains why gaming establishments generate annual profits measured in billions. Reservation number 3. I attempted this, and it proved ineffective. When I hear this, I pose consistent questions. Did you conduct proper reconnaissance, or did you haphazardly select machines? Did you walk away after 5 unproductive spins, or did you keep playing? Did you establish defined profit and loss caps, or did you simply play until the inclination passed? In 99% of these instances, the strategy itself did not fail. The implementation did. Let us discuss the mental conflict inherent in utilizing this strategy. Your own mind will resist you. When you commit $10 to 5 attempts that yield nothing, every primal impulse demands, keep going, you are on the verge. The next spin could be life-changing. This is the voice of your instinctual self, the same mechanism that encourages poor dietary habits and discourages physical activity. It craves instant reward and detests abandoning potential winnings. You must overpower this impulse with rational thought. Reason dictates that the $10 purchased data, not amusement. That data is unequivocal. This device is inactive. Persisting is not courage or tenacity. It is foolishness. Departing is not surrender. It is a shrewd financial choice. You need to have this conversation with yourself every single time you test a machine that fails. The internal struggle does not diminish, but your ability to identify emotional deception improves. A useful tactic: when commencing your 5-spin trial, activate a 5-minute timer on your cellular device. When the alarm sounds, the test is over. Stand up, collect your voucher, and leave, regardless of the outcome. This transfers the decision-making process away from your emotional center and onto an automated rule. The timer concluded the session, therefore, It is concluded. No negotiation. Now, let's examine how the physical positioning of machines influences this technique. Casinos meticulously plan their floor layouts. Machines offering the best return-to-player (RTP) figures, often referred to as loose slots, are frequently placed in specific areas, near entrances to draw attention, adjacent to table games to lure players away from games with a smaller house advantage, and in high-traffic zones where winning creates a spectacle. However, a recent shift has occurred. Casinos have realized players are scouting these prominent locations. Consequently, they now intersperse tighter machines among the looser ones. This makes the 5-spin trial even more indispensable. Location alone is no longer a dependable indicator. That Dragon Link unit by the entrance might be configured for a 92% RTP or an 88% RTP, and externally, they appear identical. The only reliable determination is through testing. The strategy adjusts to the house's defensive maneuvers because it relies on immediate, observed activity, not static placement rules. Previous staff members have also disclosed that casinos routinely change machine configurations. A machine that was generous last month might be restrictive this month. Player loyalty data informs the house about which units are most profitable and which are dispensing excessive payouts. If a particular slot or group of slots shows persistent player gains, management reserves the right to alter its settings. This is fully permissible, provided they adhere to mandated RTP limits. Your 5-spin test naturally incorporates this variability, as you are evaluating current performance, not past statistics. For patrons who frequent the same casino, here is an advanced maneuver. Maintain a basic record on your phone, noting which machines succeeded in the 5-spin test and which failed, including the precise time and date. Over weeks or months, consistent patterns may emerge. You might observe that specific units in certain zones are more frequently active during particular days or hours. This correlation is not due to timed programming, but arises because player volumes dictate when machines endure severe cold phases. For instance, a group of slots near the dining area might be aggressively played by inexperienced guests during peak dinner service. By 9 p.m., those units may have completed extended cold cycles and could be primed to enter active phases. Your data log enables you to pinpoint these trends, granting an advantage over aimlessly wandering players. Consider Derek, a gambler who elevated this protocol significantly. Derek logged not only success or failure, but the quality of the test results, using a tiered system. Category A included machines demonstrating potent activity during the test, featuring multiple payouts exceeding 10 times the stake. Category B showed moderate activity, with 1 or 2 respectable hits. Category C exhibited minimal activity, yielding only nominal returns. Category F denoted absolute failure. After 3 months and approximately 200 machine evaluations, Derek uncovered a compelling correlation. Category A machines offered roughly a 70% chance of leading to a profitable session if he continued playing. Category B machines provided a 45% chance. Category C machines offered only about a 20% chance. Category F machines, the total failures, had less than a 5% chance of profitability if the test results were ignored. Derek began exclusively playing Category A machines. He dismissed all others, including Category B units that showed slight promise. His success rate surged. He moved from winning 40% of his trips to winning 60%. His improvement stemmed from increased selectiveness. Most players find it emotionally difficult to abandon a machine that showed marginal activity, but Derek disciplined himself to pursue only the highest probability opportunities. Before concluding, we must discuss the requisite capital for this approach. You must possess adequate funds to evaluate multiple machines while retaining a sufficient wagering amount should you locate an active unit. A general guideline is to allocate at least 30 times your planned stake solely for testing. For a $2 better, this equates to $60, allowing for 6 machine trials. You then require an extra 50 to 100 times your wager for actual playing time, an additional $100 to $200. The suggested total bankroll for a $2 player using this system is between $160 and $260. That might sound like a lot, but consider this. If you bring $160, test 6 machines, and 5 of them fail, you've spent $50 on intelligence gathering, leaving $110 for the single successful unit. If that machine provides a profitable session, you leave with more than you started. If it doesn't, your total loss is still only $160, which is probably less than you'd lose sitting at one random machine all night. Players with smaller budgets can also employ this protocol. If you can only afford a $0.50 spin, bring $50 total. $15 covers 6 tests, leaving $35 for playing. The method adapts to any budget size, but self-control does not. Whether staking $0.50 or $20 per spin, walking away from failed tests is equally challenging. Here is your required assignment. Next time you're in a casino, attempt the strategy using just $30 or $40. Test 3 machines at whatever bet level you're comfortable with. Follow the rules strictly. Walk away from machines that fail the test. Play with win and loss limits on any machine that passes. Then come back here and document your results. How many machines passed? How many failed? Did you find yourself wanting to break the rules? What was the hardest part? The 3 to 5 spin protocol is not designed to defeat the casino. Mathematically, sustained victory over slots is impossible. This system, instead, provides a structured methodology for discovering superior chances and avoiding obvious pitfalls. It is the distinction between a slow loss and a rapid loss, and sometimes the distinction between losing and winning. Astute players understand that slots offer paid amusement. The objective is not instantaneous wealth. The goal is to maximize your entertainment duration, minimize your monetary losses, and occasionally capitalize on a machine at its most opportune moment for a profitable session. This strategy facilitates all 3. Therefore, here is your comprehensive plan of action. Scout the floor for 15 to 20 minutes before initiating play. Identify 5 to 6 promising targets based on visible player behavior. Test each machine with precisely 5 spins at a meaningful bet level. Walk away instantly from machines showing 0 activity. Establish profit goals and loss limits for successful machines. Cash out when you hit either limit. Repeat this procedure on subsequent visits and record your outcomes over time. What presents the greatest obstacle to your successful application of this method? Is it the patience demanded for observation? The self-discipline required to abandon failed tests? The emotional restraint needed to secure profits and leave? Share your specific hurdle in the comments. Recognizing your particular challenge is the prerequisite for overcoming it. If this video has fundamentally altered your view on approaching slot machines, please press the like button. For additional unadvertised casino strategies, subscribe and activate notifications, and share this with any known slot players, as greater strategic play means less revenue generated by the casinos from impulsive behavior. The gaming floor environment is engineered to elicit emotional, impulsive, and undisciplined behavior. The lights, the sounds, the free beverages, the comfortable seating, everything is designed to prolong your play. The 3 to 5 spin method serves as your counter tactic. It necessitates logic, selectiveness, and discipline. Master it, and your perception of the casino floor will be forever changed. Play intelligently, maintain discipline, and I will see you at the slots. Best of luck.